Do we have taglines?
We do have taglines. There's no rhyme or reason as to why we do it this way. It's just, that's 2 episodes in a row. I'm just digging on taglines, being like, why do we do this?
Shit.
I do have them, though.
Okay.
This summer, 3D shows its teeth.
That's you could literally just like put that on any fish movie. This summer,
or
this movie shows its teeth, or anything like with a dog, maybe a cat. Like, there's nothing that tells me.
There's a lot of fish movies going on.
Yeah.
in your world.
Well, I mean, like you got Finding Nemo. You've got that one movie where they sang "Working at the Car Wash." I don't remember what that was about.
Oh, a Shark's Tale?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Like, that's 2.
That was awful.
Finding Dory, that's 3 right there.
Okay. And so you're just saying swap 3D with anything?
Yeah, this summer
Nemo shows its teeth.
Yeah. And he's like smiling on the front cover.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Next one. This is for the French poster. It made it to us on IMDb, I guess. But Sea, Sex, and Blood.
They're in a lake.
Yeah. But
lake,
also
sex and blood.
But also, like, I guess the translation just didn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet, like, for them, it's just like body of water.
I imagine they were trying to go for like wet, wild, and crazy kind of thing, like, you know, and that just did not work out.
Yeah.
Because I always I can't associate the 3 of those together ever.
Yeah.
Sea, sex, and blood.
There should never be blood during sex, you know, unless you're into it. You should never have sex in the water or in the sea, especially because like the force of like a wiener going in is gonna like give you infections and kill you.
Well, I imagine
rupture things
because of the implication.
Yeah.
On the boat.
Oh yeah.
That
true.
You see sex and then blood because you got to kill her and just dump her over.
Oh,
God, that was dark.
Okay. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
You've got a lot to work through.
People were like, I'm writing this down. I should turn this episode into
Taking
the authorities. You'll find the bodies at latitude and longitude. It's a lake.
Track them through the times of their podcast lengths. That's where they're hiding bodies.
I'm dropping clues all 80 episodes.
Yeah.
There is a podcast based on this podcast where they just
This week the one clue we got:
Making a Murderer podcast.
Recording a murderer.
I got so many more taglines.
Okay,
I'm sorry. There's something in the water.
Is it a piranha?
It's mercury.
Oh.
Don't scream, just swim.
Kind of hard to like do one while doing the other.
So you should pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're right.
You can't be like, ah! That's called drowning.
Yeah. 2 million years of evolution, one perfect killer.
Oh my god, the Pleistocene era?
So, T-Rex.
It's just a T-Rex in the lake, like, help!
with
me actually
raptors
choking.
laughing and pointing at the side. You have no arms.
Did you see my new cover
I don't know
photo
why.
on Facebook?
I don't know why my raptor is also like Schwarzenegger. You have no arms.
Did you see my
You're so
cover photo?
scrawny.
It pertains.
What?
On Facebook, did you see my cover photo?
No.
Oh, it's Edward and Bella from Twilight in the forest holding each other, and then in the background, someone just photoshopped a raptor watching them.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right. Last one.
Okay.
This summer, how fast can you swim?
I can't swim.
I like this one.
That one's pretty good.
You know, in the world of a million horrible taglines that we've had to read on this show, like that one, you're like, all right, haven't really heard that before. And I mean, you know, there's one dude that looked at it and was like, you know, like I can rival Phelps.
Yeah. I mean, if it came out during Olympic summer, which it might have.
2010?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
But,
yeah.
But, and also, this summer, how fast can you swim?
No, it was
Kinda
2008.
doesn't work together.
2008 was
Okay,
the last
cool.
one. I just remembered it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Well,
cut me off.
2000 was the Olympic Games, like the big one, the bicentennial one, and then I just counted 4 from there. So
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Math works.
right. Oh, it was like when Michael Phelps in Shark Week raced a shark, but then he didn't really race a shark. Like it was just like they clocked the shark and then they clocked him.
Oh,
I was like, why aren't they side by side?
what a cop out.
You want him to get eaten. With a budget of $24 million, a USA gross of $10.1 million, and a worldwide gross of $83.1 million, so it makes it a box office success for the world, but USA standards completely bombed. With countless people eaten alive, countless people ripped to shreds by a boat propeller, 4 pairs of breasts, 2 fully naked women, 1 floating eyeball, 2 severed legs, 2 people split in half by a tension cable, 1 skull crushed by a boat, 1 skin ripped from the face by the hair, 1 eaten off penis, 2 people split into torsos, and hundreds of fish chopped into bits with 1 explosion, and uncountable amounts of death. With a 5.5 on IMDb, a 53 Metascore, and a 73% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Whoa.
I know. It's probably the best film we've done so far. It's Piranha 3D. Let's drop some bombs.
Semper Fi, motherfucker! He took my penis! He took my penis!
Ooh, my spider sense is tingling. If you know what I'm talking about.
This could be a tragic day for the people of New York. Could be the end of Spider-Man.
Thanksgiving just got fucked!
Welcome to Bonzo Way, the only podcast recorded inside a projection booth. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me in the studio, as always, is...
The never-ending opening scene to a Final Destination movie where they all just keep dying.
I would
Jared
watch.
Seifert.
I would watch that movie. But is it just the same person?
No, it's just like this movie where it's just constantly Final Destination to where it's like, it was caused by piranhas, but what if? Think about this. What if?
Hey, this movie is awesome.
It's, okay, if we do this, we have to do Snakes on a Plane.
Oh, yeah.
This seems like this to you is what Snakes on a Plane was to me.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Snakes on
I
a
love
Plane.
Snakes on a Plane, too.
Snakes on a plane, snakes on a plane.
Oh.
Snakes on a plane.
So kiss me goodbye. Yeah.
It's a really good song. But my friend could never remember the lyrics, so he always just went, snakes on a plane, snakes on a plane, snakes on a plane.
I'm gonna make it out alive.
It had Fergie and Apple from, they're both from
Wasn't it
Black Eyed Peas.
is it Bowling for Soup or something?
Yeah, it was like
I don't
Bowling for
know.
Soup. I want to say Fergie, well, Bowling for Soup, Fergie, Apple D, and I think
What a
303,
stupid name,
maybe?
by the way. Bowling
Yeah,
for Soup.
yeah. I don't get it either.
Yeah. Didn't they also do like Stacy's mom?
She's got it going on.
Yeah. And she's all I want, and I've waited for so long.
Ladies and gentlemen, this
Welcome
is a
to
very
the morning
special
show.
episode. Yeah, it is our morning.
Before we get started, I do have to preface this. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another live show coming up November 30th. Please join us for Mac and Me if you're in the Southern California area. I just want to put it out there in the beginning, just in case all you people were like, meh, this one wasn't so good. I'm going to tune out early. I got you on the front end of this. So, November 30th, Mac and Me tickets are on sale right here at thefridacinema.org/events/bombsaway-show. If you pre-order, don't forget, please pre-order because we have a very special gift, a full-on Happy Meal that includes food and a prize in that Happy Meal. If you don't want it, I'm going to be coming off of a diet, so give me all your burgers. I will take them. Please join us for this excellent show. Probably in the top 10, always top 10 worst films of all time. It's the 30th anniversary. It's more than likely the only chance you'll ever get to see this on the big screen. I probably can promise that. So, what? wipe your ass with Mac and me? What?
No, I gotta blow my nose and there's toilet paper right behind you.
Oh.
Oh no, it's not toilet paper. It's a roll of paper towels.
There
Sorry,
you go.
I can feel it in my nose and I'm like,
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thanks, all on air. Guys, we'll get to Piranha in a second. I do have to ask, though, because it's something that actually came up earlier today for us, is what is your stance on when you got something up there and you gotta get it in public?
up your butt?
Yeah.
No, I mean, in public, just kind of like, go to a bathroom.
Go to a
booger in
bathroom?
yeah.
I just own it. Like, I'm like,
mean-
guys, we're all humans. Like, maybe I'll put my hand over the
like,
other hand. Maybe. But, like, I'm just like, I'll do a quick swipe and be like, we got it. I know it sounds gross to talk about, but it's human. And
It is human.
And it has nothing to do with Piranha.
Well,
But,
speaking of boogers,
what?
this was a booger of a film.
Yeah. Okay. Good segue, buddy.
I don't know why I just turned into Fran Drescher. That's like nerd Fran.
So, kind of why we're stalling is because, like, I don't have a lot to say because it was so good to me.
It was a film.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's definitely,
I mean,
there's a right time to see this. Like, there's a good age to see this.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, like whenever you're like, straight, that's a good age to see it.
Yeah. Or
Because this is, it's not torture porn. It is a little gore fetish-ish.
oh yeah. I mean,
Fet fish.
no, it's
We'll call
called torture porn,
No.
kind of.
Torture porn is...
Well, that's like hostile.
yeah.
But I mean, just meaning like,
This is more like gore fest.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, Eli Roth is in the movie, so
Wait, what does he do?
huh? What do you mean? What does he do?
Oh, sorry.
Like in real life
For
or
some
in this
reason,
movie?
I thought you were talking about the director.
No. Well, I am talking about Eli Roth, the director.
No, I meant the director of this film.
Oh no. That's a completely different person. That is Alexandre
A or something like that.
Aja or
Aja.
Aya.
It's Aja. That would be Aja.
I can't pronounce anything. You know that. But no, and he directed
He's French as fuck.
yeah, he mostly famous for the Hills Have Eyes remake, which I fucking love that movie.
I never saw that either.
Love that movie. Oh, that first scene of like actual horror is so disturbing on like multiple levels because the family's just split up across like a desert field and like 3 different things are happening to people at the exact same times. And you're just like, Jesus Christ. And then you're like, oh, this movie's gonna go on after everything that happens there. Yeah. And it just becomes a really great tale of like, I've gotta go and save somebody.
You know the last movie I saw Elisabeth Shue in? Sorry, don't care.
Back to the Future?
No. Another good underrated B movie.
Hollow Man?
No.
I love Hollow Man.
Hamlet 2.
Oh. I don't consider it really a B movie.
A C movie?
And just meaning like,
But it's one of those movies where it's like people know about it, but
Right.
they don't like know it. They're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that song, but I never saw the movie."
right. There's a song?
Rock me, rocks me, sexy Jesus, he died for our sins. You gotta believe us. Rock me, sexy Jesus, all night long.
I saw that one time and I do not like the lead actor.
I knew that song.
I don't like that guy at all.
He makes me so uncomfortable.
I
cannot remember his name, but it always is like...
He's in Tropic Thunder as well, right?
That one I never saw either.
Yeah. Wow. What is...
Ben Stiller recently said, though, it could
Welcome
not
to
be
the
done
movie
today.
podcast
Yeah, I
that
know.
we do.
Ben Stiller said that movie would not be able to be done today in this present day and age.
I don't know about that.
Well, the whole like blackface thing.
Well, if one person could pull it off and still tastefully do it, it's Robert Downey
Yeah, I
Jr.
know.
again.
True.
Guy's he's a legend or a living icon or what is it? A national treasure. That's what I was looking for. That's the word.
You know what movie you should
right?
do?
What?
National Treasure.
maybe one day, one day.
Out of spite.
Yeah, well, maybe
Out of sprite.
Well, because there's another idea for another live show is the Wheel of Cage. It's literally, we don't know what movie we're going to do, and we just spin a wheel, and
You
it's
would
full
make
of
me watch
Nicolas Cage.
so many Nicolas Cage movies.
No. We would just
oh, okay.
that's part of the gimmick is that, like, we actually probably wouldn't take notes for that one.
Scared
we
me.
would just watch it with the audience.
Okay.
You
I'm
know?
into
So
it.
it'd be like Face Off, Con Air, Vampire's Kiss, what's another one? Jeez, there's so many. Like, that they're just,
was he in, Piranha?
no.
Then let's not talk about him.
Oh my God. Well, you get me onto these
Yeah, I
tangents.
know, I
Like
know.
you,
And then I'm like, oh shit, we're in a podcast.
we
Well,
are.
fuck.
Okay, I mean, for those who are still listening, 82 episodes in,
Yeah.
like, they know what
They
they're in
do.
for,
They-
and they know we'll get to it.
They're like, we've already
Okay?
bought the tickets. Come on.
Yeah, right. So, okay, yeah. Let's dive in. This movie's chock full of a bunch of really fun and some of my favorite actors, right? Like Ving Rhames. I love Ving Rhames. Everything Ving Rhames has ever been in, he's just like, I'm a badass black guy. And you're like, yes, you are. And then Adam Scott, right? Which Adam Scott, just for me, I can't see him in anything. I can't see him as anybody
Ben Wyatt.
but, yes, Ben Wyatt.
It's always
but
Ben
I'm okay
Wyatt.
with
I
that,
know.
right? Elizabeth Shue, love her and everything.
She is so pretty.
I
Like,
realized-
flawlessly, or effortlessly.
right?
She could just walk out like freshly hung over and like slept for 20 hours, and I'd be like, a model.
And she does kind of look freshly over in this
Well,
movie
she
a
is
little
a
bit.
cop.
Like she's got her hair
She's
pulled back, and
weathered,
she's she's ready to go. And what I discovered is as I watched this, because I have a list of like it's two people that I can really recall like childhood crushes. I'm sure who's your childhood crushes?
Oh, Nick Lachey. And Nick
I keep
Carter.
forgetting
I had a
that
thing for Nick.
you're not
Nick
as old as I
Lachey and
am.
Nick
I'm like,
Carter.
Jesus. Okay.
Both of them. I was like, Jessica Simpson? Jealous. Didn't she marry Nick Lachey? Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Because he was from 98 Degrees.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they had the whole show and the Chicken of the Sea. So mine are Leah Thompson from Back to the Future and Howard the Duck, and then Kim Cattrall from Sex and the City, but also like Big Trouble in Little China.
I never saw Sex in the City. You just generalized a gay man.
I did. Well, I figured like people should know. I've watched one episode when
I've
I've
seen maybe,
told
like,
on this
half
show
of
before.
two.
I've watched one episode when I thought it was going to be like
Oh,
a
yeah.
late night porn, and I was like, "There's no sex in this
It
city
toes
at
the
all."
line. Yeah, it really does toe the line, though.
Right? But yeah, I had my tissues ready. There's no porn at all in this. But no, I figured
And that's how you learned about edging.
But everybody should know those four girls, even if you haven't seen the show.
Which one was Kim Cattrall?
She was Samantha. She was the like older cougar, like
Oh,
super
okay.
slutty
She
one.
always had like the short cut, right? Or no?
No, but she did at one point. It's Kim Cattrall. Come on.
Did she always like
This is an audio podcast. Nobody knows what you're
like
doing
kind of
with your
raise her
face.
eyebrows and do like a sexy like head down but looking up?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess. But, I mean, either way, there was my two childhood crushes. There's Kim Cattrall for you. Why are you still drawing a complete
Yes,
blank?
okay. Now, no, I was trying to be like, it looks like her, but like a little, like she's kind of gotten a little rounder in the face.
Well, sure.
Which that is okay. She's
Sure.
an aged woman.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that's my two
yeah.
childhood crushes. And then I realized where I was like, holy shit, look at Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
Right? And I was
What's
like,
on her
oh
shirt?
yeah, no.
I know, I had to.
I realized
Once.
that I was like, oh wait, I also found her highly attractive, and it's once again another connection to Back to the Future. I think I just watched this movie way too much because a
Who
lot
is
of
she
people
in?
are like, my God, Carrie Fisher. I didn't really get that, and she was always just a heroine to me,
Yeah.
not the sex symbol that
Yeah.
most people. And I think that's a generational gap, like only 3 years off or something.
See, I thought Star Wars was so nerdy that no one in it was sexy. I was like, they're all just people.
I give you that. Well, you know, that Jabba's dancing slave girl. You know, I like that blue skin. So, Elisabeth Shue is in this film. Then you have like really cool cameos. Once again, another Back to the Future reference. You had Christopher Lloyd. You had a Jaws reference in the beginning of the film with Richard Dreyfuss. You have Paul Scheer from How Did This Get Made?
Jerry O'Connell
and The League.
from Scream.
Jerry O'Connell from Scream 2.
Yeah.
Right?
God, he was the best boyfriend of Sydney's. He really was. He did everything
He
right.
gave her his letters.
You don't do that, though.
You don't.
But he did. And then he got stripped naked down to his boxers and put on that cross. And
Who
I was
do you
like, take his
love,
boxers off.
Sydney?
Yeah.
Did I hear
so
you
hot.
say my Kappa Beta Phi Omega brother?
I was like,
No.
That's a lot more words, you dumbass. Like,
Yeah.
like throwing beers down his throat.
I mean,
God.
what's funny is that I love, because this is not a typical Jerry O'Connell part.
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
I love his presentation of basically the Girls Gone Wild guy, which legally he can't and could not say that he was playing him, because the guy was like, "I'm gonna sue you for portraying me completely accurate," right? He was like, "I did not do cocaine." It's like, that's the biggest bullshit.
Porn, sir.
Yeah. Which
You
actually
are in the sex industry.
Actually,
If
I
you
wrote
don't
it
do
down.
Cocaine, you're
It-
like vegan.
I wrote it down. There's a line in here from Paul Scheer. Like one of my favorite lines actually is like, "Come on, guys, we're shooting a porno, not a drama. Let's make a decision," right? And I'm like, damn, these are the most like blatantly obvious versions of Girls Gone Wild, where they're like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get people to whack off here. So like, can we, let's spruce it up."
They want to come, not cry.
So diving into the movie, is that a pun?
Ew.
Right off the bat, you have Richard Dreyfuss dressed exactly how he was dressed in Jaws.
Is this who Julia married?
Huh?
Is it her dad?
Funny. No, it's not.
Is there any connection
No.
at all?
No.
Okay. I was legitimately curious about that.
Oh, okay. So Richard Dreyfuss is there in a little boat in the middle of the lake, and he's singing "Show Me the Way to Go Home," just like he did in Jaws. Like, it's
Except
complete.
Not with the song at all.
No. Well, what do you mean?
The song's like playing in the background, and he's like 5 beats ahead.
I don't know if we're going to get the rights to this, right? We
like,
got the
God
rights
damn
to
it.
every single EDM song in the
know.
world, but not the rights to this. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah. Because did you notice this as well? Just like I sang right there, this movie kind of transports you back to like 8 years ago.
It really
very
does.
specifically.
It really
where
does.
it's like,
party songs are like, boobs and drinking, everyone jump. Whoa! We got to drink.
Right? Boobs and asses shaking out.
It's just
Yeah.
LMFAO.
Oh yeah, LMFAO. What was that? The Asian guys. Girls on the dance floor. What is it? G6 Mafia or something.
Yeah, like
right.
a G6, like a G6.
Yeah, this takes you back to exactly that bubble right before it burst.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, "I don't want this anymore in my life."
We're like, we're a little tired.
Right? Yes, because there's DJs, there's a whole, it's all spring break.
Yeah.
Right? And this music's just hitting you in the face, right? But before this, Richard Dreyfuss is in a little boat, and he's singing the song, and it's a direct reference to Jaws, and then an earthquake happens, and that causes like a crack in the bottom of the lake, and then that causes a whirlpool in which he gets like knocked out of his boat, and the piranhas come up out of the crack, and they eat him alive, and boom, we start our movie. Now, the version we watched wasn't 3D. But it's blatantly obvious throughout the whole thing, because they filmed in 2D and then did a post 3D conversion with always the intent to go 3D. Just to capitalize on the 3D real D thing that was starting to happen in Hollywood again. But unlike most 2D conversions, this one always had the intent. Like, I think the most famous bomb to like have a 3D conversion was the Clash of the Titans movie remake that came out like around this time.
Okay.
Yeah, with like Liam Neeson and
Oh yeah.
the guy that God, I'm gonna forget his name, but like they so badly wanted to make a star, and like it wasn't happening for him.
Gerard Butler?
No. Yeah, he's still trying.
Yeah.
I love Gerard Butler, by the way. Like he's a lot of fun, and anything gamer.
He's brute.
He's brute. I actually enjoy the Phantom of the Opera one that he was in. I think that was a lot of fun. It had a Moulin Rouge feeling to it. You know,
it really did.
Anyway, Richard Dreyfuss gets eaten up, and then boom, the movie is off and running. And
it's like party, here we go. We're gonna party, you will know.
Right? So this movie spends so much time on partying and then that said party massacre that it really doesn't establish anybody beyond a surface level. Another pun. Am I right though? Like, because like even by the end when like the kid Jake and he makes out with the girl, I'm like, I still don't understand. Like, did you date? Did you not date?
Are you in high school on spring break?
Yeah.
How many spring breaks have you gone here for? Because you don't live in the area, Kelly.
Yeah, he seems to pass by the high school. It says like whatever name of the town high school, and I'm like, I don't know. Are you just passing by it, or are you there? Why was there a high school establishing shot?
Well, it seemed like Jake lives there, obviously, because his mom's the sheriff. But then Kelly visits from out of town every year.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, because he's like, oh,
I missed
Kelly,
it.
you're here. Oh, my God. But she's definitely underage.
Really?
Because even in the video, they're like, she's underage.
Oh, shit.
Like, while they're
I
filming.
missed that.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so they're both still high schoolers because Jake's like, I got to do homework.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
At most, they're seniors in high school. But I'm like, this is really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because she's here with other guys, too.
Yeah.
Which that guy... This is also the thing, you get established characters and you see them about to die, but you don't see them die. Like Paul Scheer, Kelly's guy that she went there with.
Where did Paul go?
They both just are like, we're in the water now, and I think you're just supposed to assume that they died.
Well, according to like the IMDb credits of, and I've never seen it, but the sequel to this, Piranha 3 Double D, he's in those IMDb credits. So what? Paul, what happened to you?
They found the video footage.
Right? Is there a deleted scene that I don't know about? What happened? What happened to Paul? Yeah, like, so Paul Scheer in this film is a camera operator for Wild Wild Girls. And he's just wearing like suntan lotion on the nose. What is that? I've never understood anybody doing that.
I get that like the bridge of your nose gets a lot of light, but like it was just put on a normal amount.
Yeah, just like anybody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing that stereotypical thing, and he doesn't unfortunately have much to do in this film.
He doesn't even do like Paul Scheer isms.
No,
like, he's not there like kind of lisping and talking like this. Like that's my best. Like I'm Paul Scheer. Do you guys see my movie? It's really good. Like that's kind of like as close as I can get to him. It's got hints of him in there. It's like sprinkled. It's the flavor of Paul Scheer.
He's gonna destroy us now.
Yeah, I know. No, that's not like. That's how he talks.
You're not wrong. It's just, I was like, oh no.
I'm not like beating him over the head. Like he's a good actor. He's obviously got it going. Like, what do I have? A job that pays hourly?
Touche. Right?
Like,
and a.
And a cat, a special needs cat.
A struggling podcast.
No, right? We don't have jack shit. Go ahead, tear us apart.
Podcast who's literally referring to their competition.
Yeah. You want to tear us apart? Too late. We already did that. We saw 8 Mile. We know how this game goes.
Damn, he's right.
Beat yourself up before the others can. What? I'm scrawny and gay. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Nope. You're right on topic.
Oh, great.
So, there is this establishment of Jake and you said Kate, right? Kelly. Sorry, K's.
It's okay,
right? And they meet up, and then so Jake has to babysit his siblings, right? Because his mom works the whole spring break weekend, trying to keep the town safe. And so, but at the same time, the day before, he met one of the Wild Wild Girls.
Because his little sister has, like, no filter and is like, you got nice boobs. I wish I had boobs, but I'm in a training bra. It's itchy.
My brother will like your boobs.
Yeah.
He'll be here in a second.
And then he shows up and she's like, he probably likes your boobs. And it's like, oh my God, it's a movie about boobs, but don't make kids talk about it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's a trope that's starting to be like where there's like a young prepubescent girl who's smart and
It happened
like,
in Halloween?
Yeah.
Or in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. I
almost said Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's a great example of just like, what do you call them? Yabos?
No.
Yeah.
Like, no one still does it.
Yeah, nobody ever called them that, but that's fine.
It was Disney.
So, yes, he has a little sister and a little brother, and he has to babysit them, but he ran into this Wild Wild Girls girl, and he's immediately smitten, and she is talking to him, and out of nowhere, here comes Jerry O'Connell, and Jerry O'Connell is playing, like I said, a Girls Gone Wild parody of the owner of Girls Gone Wild, and his name is Derek Jones.
Should you say Girls Gone World? Because that would be a good international version for them.
Girls Gone World?
Yeah.
They actually just travel across the country with backpacks on and never take off their clothes and
But, like,
become
go
sophisticated.
all the way around the world, not just the country.
We are well
Girls
versed
Gone Wild,
now.
please hit me up. If this already exists, it's not my fault. I am gay.
No, theirs would be like, the girls are taking the stage internationally.
It's true.
Right? And you won't believe what they'll do next.
But what if they entirely messed
with
up?
Snoop Dogg?
But what if they messed up and they're like, Girls Gone Worldly? It's like,
Why would they?
worldly instead of just Girls Gone World? It's the same like beep, beep, beep instead of like beep, 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 beep. It's a better roll of the tongue.
Okay.
Anywho, yes. So they meet him.
It's an international skin fest.
Ugh.
Boing, oing, 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 oing.
I miss those commercials.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Look at them on the plane. Look at them on the boat. Right?
I want to die.
Then it's just one girl like, that's gonna go wild.
Like, ah! And it's like, why is she screaming? And she's like, my baby!
But that's what happens in this film, too.
It is. It really is.
Right? Like, I don't...
No, in this film, it's artful porn.
What? Artful porn?
Artful porn with
Oh, yeah.
classical music.
So, all this is happening. It almost seems as if we are very off topic, but no, that's how just this movie is just like, we'll give you a little bit of Piranha and then a lot of boobies and scenes and stuff. Like, it's just party, 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 party. Douchebags, douchebags, douchebags. Right?
Did you ever go to a spring break town?
I lived in one.
Did it look like this?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Like-
not this. It was never this, like how MTV presented it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do that anymore, but, like, they used to, right? Where it was just like, oh, we're going to the South Beach,
Yeah.
or Miami. Like, no, I lived in Ocean City, Maryland, and it's very much, it's kind of like Ocean City, Jersey, which is like where the Jersey Shore, was taped. And it's like, yeah, there's parties and you go out to bars and like, there's douchebags all over the boardwalk and stuff like that. But like, it's never this like, oh my God, there's like 500 people that have like created their own band stage and like
Yeah.
are having like a DJ wet t-shirt contest. Like that just doesn't, that to me, that's only in like the MTV fantasy of spring break in which they have like fences up and it says like videotaping and you're allowed to get naked there only, like I don't know, maybe, but
I never went anywhere. Me and my
spring break
friends
never
were like,
appealed to me.
me and my friends were like, let's go to Chicago for our spring break and just hang out.
Okay,
It's like,
well,
all
that's sadder than I expected. Well, I
It was
didn't go
fun.
to I didn't go to college like that, so I never had that kind of college spring break.
Oh, in college, I
experience.
went out to California to just sit at my parents' house. I was like, well, I got a house in California. I'll just go fly out there for a few days.
Nice.
Like, was never exciting on spring break on my part.
Well, because Spring Break is very hetero as well, so you were definitely
It really
not.
is, yeah. If you don't have like a group of gays, it's very hetero.
Yeah, like I don't think the gay section of MTV Spring Break would have really taken off very well until now.
It'd be like,
But even then, it'd be like it's like
3
2
a.m.
minutes.
to 4:30 a.m. They're like, gays must watch TV now.
Yeah, it's super hetero. But so is this movie. You
Yeah.
were right. So now Elisabeth Shue has found Richard Dreyfuss's body with her deputy, played by Ving Rhames. And then there's another deputy that doesn't get any screen time, but then gets focused
is
on when
super
Ving
upset.
dies.
Yeah.
It's just,
He's like,
no. I'm like, who even are you? Were you guys lovers? Like, what happened?
Crying so hard.
Oh my god. But they find Richard Dreyfuss's body. They start doing investigations. They call in Adam Scott, who is a geologist.
Well, they come in on their own. They're like, by the way, seismic people are coming in.
Right.
And you got to take them out on the lake. And they're like, okay.
Oh, yeah. So, as that's happening, Jake has now bribed his siblings to be like, look, I was supposed to babysit you, but I really want to get laid on this boat.
Yeah.
Which is also going to be weird because my girlfriend, but not girlfriend, I don't know what their relationship is, but I'd like to sleep with her too.
Flirt friends.
But I'd also like her not to cock block me on this
Yeah.
boat, it seems like. I can't figure out his motivation. I'm like, do you want her not to come because you're going to be cock blocked, or do you want her to not come because Jerry O'Connell might probably sleep with her?
So
I want to say it's both.
Jake seems like that guy that
He wants it all.
Well, he's tried masturbating, but he's never come from it. That
Yeah,
seems
because
like
his mom
kinda-
keeps walking in
Yeah.
on him.
It
Which
seems
happens
like he's
in this
afraid
film.
too. He's like, if I finish, it feels like I'm about to pee.
Right? So, so he bribes his siblings to be like, stay in the house. I'll pay you $40. Stay in the house.
60
That's, well,
is their retort.
Yes.
They're like 60.
right.
That was
He's
me
like,
being a
fine,
child.
whatever. So he's like, stay in the house. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back before mom gets home. So he gets on the boat with Jerry O'Connell and the Wild Wild Girls, and so does his little
Kelly.
Yeah, thank you. You knew what I was going. I was like,
Kelly.
I gotta look at the name again. Kelly does too, and boom, they're off on another portion of the lake, far away from the events of the rest of the spring break and the DJ and the main party. Meanwhile, the geologists get on their wetsuits and they're going to investigate like the source of the tremor. And so they go down. Adam Scott, one of the three geologists, stays on top of the boat, and while the other two dive into the underwater cave. This is where they find an underwater cave where I guess the piranhas have been living, and what's explained by Christopher Lloyd, who is a fish expert, but I guess, right? Who just happens to have a like fossil of the exact thing that we need to explain.
Hey.
Yes.
Sorry, I was leaning real far away from my mic. I was just going to say, hey man, when you like fish, you like fish.
I guess. Is that a sexual reference?
No, it's just... Sorry, we're so tired.
It was a long night last night. It's fine. We gotta get through it.
I know,
We're
I know, I
halfway
know.
through the movie already.
I was awake and then I fell asleep.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Well, okay, so basically the geologists go down into the underwater cave. They find a whole bunch of piranha eggs.
But he's like, whoa, weird, some fish eggs.
Right.
And then, like, keep swimming deeper. I'm like, maybe take one of those tiny eggs and, like, bolt.
But he doesn't know what it is. They're geologists, not fishologists. I don't know. I'm not a fishologist.
First
Yay!
off, seismic geologist. Second, marine biologist.
Oh,
I actually know these two things for some reason.
okay. I'm not a
All right.
piranhologist.
There you go. Piranhologist.
A piranhologist.
No, that's for prawns.
Oh, you're right.
Piranhologist.
God, we're horrible.
I know.
People are like, God, this is...
Get to the point if there is
So-
one. There isn't one.
No, there's never one. The piranha attack. They draw blood on the diver, and they attack him. His partner diver goes in to save him, and she winds up like pulling him up, but not before she gets eaten as well. And Adam Scott dives into the water to get them, and he pulls them up onto the boat. and one piranha is still latched on and is flopping around in the boat.
I don't get this. Like, multiple times throughout this movie, someone's, like, picking up someone out of the water, and they're like, you're gonna be fine. But it's like, how can you not tell that they're, like, half the normal weight? Like, they're, like...
Oh, my God, bones!
Yeah. No, it's like Adam Scott and Elisabeth Shue are picking this lady's body up out of the water while a piranha's still hanging onto it. And it's like, it's only held together by the wetsuit. There's literally, like, nothing in the wetsuit. And it's like, okay... But, like, why are you still pulling it out of the water if it's like, she's clearly a goner? Like,
because, I mean, people
nice
can
burial.
be amputees.
She was real flat in that wetsuit.
Yeah. But what I find is funny...
amputate everything?
Right. What I find is funny is that every single time somebody needs to be pulled out of the water, why is everybody like, pick me up, you fucking whore!
Yeah.
Oh my God, bitch! Pick me up! Like, Eli Roth does it in his death scene, and so does Jerry O'Connell. Like, come on, God damn it! I'm getting eaten alive! Pick me up, you fucking whore! I'm like, I would just let you back in the water then.
Okay, I'll go a little slower. So you apologize for that one.
I understand that we're really driving home that they're douchebags, because both of those characters are just douche, right? But still, it's just like, okay. Like, I don't think that would be your instinct. To be like, you slut! You fucking slut! Thanks for saving my life!
Well, you know, they all got it in the end.
Right. So, as they take this now only piranha that, like, got onto the boat to Christopher Lloyd explains that these piranha...
These have been dead for 200 million years!
I've seen these when I've went back to the past! Yeah.
They shouldn't be alive.
You're right. This is a major paradox.
Great Scott.
Great Scott. That's exactly good. I mean,
he's still Christopher Lloyd. Like,
yeah, that's just what he does, right? The only time it's been different is the Page Master.
It's like a soft version.
Would you like a library card?
Yeah.
So he explains to them that these piranha, the way they look and everything, they have stayed alive or evolved since the Pleistocene era, right? So they're actual prehistoric piranha. So they're not your normal piranha, and the only reason that they've stayed alive under the rock sediment that they were in before it cracked is because they've actually been eating each other to survive as a race of fish. So there's that.
Which I'm like, I think they could self-sustain that. But also what that does, this is a good thing when it comes to like breeding and genetics. What that does is it makes the strongest survive, and then all of them just keep getting more and more terrifying. So for 200 million years, only the strongest were surviving, and then the strongest were having babies.
That's why this movie works.
And we're making more strong ones, and then they're just getting worse and worse. God,
yeah.
It's terrifying.
Right? So as this is being explained, Jake is on the lake with Jerry O'Connell and the Wild Wild Girls, and they're taking shots of each other's bodies and doing like really douchebaggy things.
Glass bottom boating.
Right. So yeah, there is
not the sexual term. That's literally they are in a glass bottom boat.
They are in a glass bottom boat so that they can film two Playboy models that decided to be in this film. And or maybe they're just porno. I don't know which one was which, honestly. But they do a synchronized swimming in what is obviously a green screen. Like they filmed them in a green pool. Right? And it's solely there so that we can oogle some titties. Like this movie, this is why I love this movie, is that it actually does hit all the stereotypical bullet points for comedy more than horror.
Yeah.
Right? It knows that it's one, a remake of like an old ridiculous horror film, and two, that it's like it's gonna ramp up the gore, it's gonna ramp up the sex and nudity, and it's gonna be like you're gonna have a good time. Like we're not here to like scare you. Like this movie doesn't have a scare point. Like, can you think of one time you're like, oh shit?
It's just when they were underwater.
Okay.
I just didn't like it.
Oh, that's right. You don't like underwater stuff.
I just didn't
we haven't
have
even
fun.
addressed that.
It wasn't a lot in this movie, so I was fine.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, thank God.
So, as that's happening, Jake's brother and sister they decide to leave the house, and you're like, well, fine,
hate kids,
right? They leave the house and go fishing on an island, and then wind up getting stranded on said island.
The girl's like, I thought you said you knew your knots. Well, I guess I don't know my knots as well as I thought I knew my knots. And I was like, okay, this is really stupid banter.
That's like everyone you didn't train at work.
Yeah.
You said you knew your nuts.
Yeah.
I forgot. And so, sorry, that was very personal. Forget we're worldwide. No, we're international. Girls Gone Wild. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I need you to wake up a bit.
I'm trying. Okay. Yeah. So they're on the boat. They do that like sexy thing, and then the kids are stuck on the island. This is kind of where it keeps going on. Like the people on the party boat,
right?
Like you keep being like, "Uh-oh, here it comes," and then it's like, "Nope, wait a few minutes." And you're like, "Oh, here it comes." Nope, wait a few more minutes.
Right.
So,
They conveniently happen to be on an island that is right next to the Girls Gone Wild. I'm just gonna say Girls Gone Wild boat, right? And Jake happens to, weirdly enough, he's filming now for Wild Wild Girls.
Well, because everyone else had to do blow.
That's right, right? He's filming, but like it's not like he's doing it just being like, oh, like let me see through this, let me see some naked girl, because there's a naked girl who's parasailing.
Yeah, like not even really part of it, but it seems like that they hired her to do that.
You're right.
He's like, you're gonna miss my money shot, and I was like, what's the money shot? She's already naked parasailing.
Yeah, but also like, yeah. There was another boat that he hired to do the parasailing naked thing. But also, who is just this openly nude in public? This is just an Arizona lake.
That harness has to hurt when you're naked.
Yeah.
Ow.
It makes no sense.
God.
So he happens to see on the viewfinder in the distance, he zooms in and sees his own siblings waving for help from any boat that will see them, and he's like, "We gotta go get my siblings." So
Jerry O'Connell's like, "Fuck your siblings,"
right?
And then Jake's like, "Well, my mom's the sheriff."
So
Jerry
all that
O'Connell's
blow
like,
you just did?
Oh,
yeah. I'd be like, I'm just gonna then drop the cocaine in the water and we're good, right?
It's on video.
Well, I think he alluded to the blow more than the underage thing, which I think he should have swayed towards more.
Yeah.
You know, being like, Kelly over here, 17. Let's go get your your siblings.
Let's go get your parents to sign the authorization form.
Yeah. So he picks them up, and then as that's happening, the parasailing girl,
she gets her legs eaten, but immediately
right. Well,
dies.
she's dangling half in the water. Like they slowed down and they stopped, and I love every time this happens. It's almost as if everybody gets eaten from the waist down.
Yeah,
right?
No one gets eaten from just the right side,
or just I didn't see just an arm.
Yeah,
come off or anything. But everybody is just any waist down. It almost as if they hired a bunch of amputees, which they did. Shark amputees and stuff like that. But, what?
I think the last place they would want to be is in the water. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong,
they hired a bunch of people for that kind of stuff. As far as the trivia that I read, they hired a bunch of people for that kind of stuff, kind of like they did for the torso in 13 Ghosts. Yeah. So she dips into water and then gets eaten, and then they take off with the parasail, and then it's just a floating body with just skeletal meat legs
and boobs.
Yeah. Boobs still. You guys still have boobs, right? And then the Wild Wild Girls people in that boat is like, let's get the fuck out of here.
It's like they had one set of legs.
And they just kept using it.
They used it on each different person. They're like, your turn with the legs, Jerry O'Connell.
It was just Greg Nicotero trying out different things before he got The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He's just okay, now bone legs.
Yeah.
Guys, I got this new thing. It's called bone legs. All right.
Meaty bone legs now.
Right? And I'm going to carry a torso on my back because that's a cameo from him.
Oh.
Him carrying the guy that was just like, he carried a torso on his back.
Okay, so now so flash over from the boat because the boat is stuck in seaweed, but now we flash over to the big party massacre.
Sure.
So in the big party massacre, there's a lot
But not the
going
slumber big party massacre.
No, not that one. But so in the big party massacre, this is also where it gets like Final Destination. Like, I just hate bad situations. Like, ever since I saw this one.
Who likes bad situations?
Well, no, like, terrible luck. Like, everyone's getting eaten by piranhas, but you're the dumb idiot that got your hair stuck in a propeller and then your whole face ripped off because of it.
Well,
like,
that wasn't much of a dumb idiot situation.
No, I know, but like, how did her hair get that close? Well, he did run people over.
He was running people over.
But also, that guy was a jerk. Like, what?
But
he was
also
already
not
safe.
established.
Yeah, he was already safe on a boat, and then was like, I got to get out of here. And it's like, just stay on your boat.
Yeah, but I would see people panicking like that in that situation.
Yeah,
it's the same
but
thing as
also, like-
everybody. Okay, so wait, let's get into it. Okay, so the police are coming into the area, and there's a whole like this is where the wet t-shirt party is going on now, and I'm like, why doesn't anybody just pull the plug on the DJ raft?
That's what I was wondering. I was like, don't they have to get power from somewhere? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, a generator probably on the raft, but you would go up. Like, as I'd be like, okay, I'm a police officer. I'm going to go up to the DJ raft.
I was like,
I'm going to tell them to shut that shit down. Then I'm going to get on the microphone and be like, you're going to vacate the area. This party's over.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're all like, please disperse. Please go to the.
And he fires a gunshot in the air and is like, now everyone listen. And they're like, but we got beer.
Yeah.
And I would have just been like, next warning shot, the beer guy. Third warning shot, the DJ.
Yeah.
Like, and then they'd be like, oh, you're killing people. Okay. We get it now. Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
There's no more girls on the dance
Murder
floor.
someone. Jesus. Would have saved so many lives.
Yeah, because he's like, we have an emergency, and on the megaphone, and he's like, don't worry about it. We got the beer.
Which I was like, that kid should have just been shot in the face point blank.
Yeah, shut up, Aaron Paul.
God, I know.
So that's as this is happening, the DJ is like, kick that shit, and they just start partying again. And this is where like kids just start diving into the water. Like nobody was in the water until like they were like, we have an emergency in the water. They're like, let's get in the water, which is great though, because like I said, this is tongue in cheek. Like, of course they're going to do the exact thing that you don't want them to do.
The good news for me is I would have been that person that's like, look, there's a lot of gross people out there. Can we just stay by this pool? It's at our hotel. And my friends would have been like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
And we would have been like, what's that noise? Probably a big party.
Oh my God, there's one coming through the pool filter.
Yeah. Why didn't they do something like that?
I
Or
don't
have
know.
one of those like edge pools, you know, like it goes right up to the water and then they just jump in. Oh, see,
that's all reserved for Ghost Shark. I can't wait till we do that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So people like then the fish start attacking. Like one girl, like of course it's the girl that's like, I didn't come here with friends, but I knew I could just hang out and be part of something. She definitely looks like that girl because she's like in a floaty alone and her
A little
butt's
bit
hanging
older
out.
than she should be there.
And it's like, I took off my glasses. Like, she's that person.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my butt! Oh my butt!
Yeah. So Christopher Lloyd did
She does.
explain that one piranha takes the first bite to draw blood, and that draws the pack.
Yeah.
And so, like, biting her drew the entire pack who was in the area already. And then it's just a full-on feeding frenzy. Like, it's absolute chaos. It's a lot of fun. There's barges that are breaking off. This is where a tension wire just snaps and slices two girls in half. And it happens to slice her in such a way that the bikini slices and falls off first.
like,
and you're like, there's your breast.
What a dignified way to die.
Right? There's people climbing onto the DJ barge, but there's too many people getting on it, so it's flipping over and everybody's falling right back into the water. There's that douchebag guy that we were talking about. And this is where, yeah, he was running into people and chopping them up behind him with the propeller of the boat, just trying to get out of there. And this is where the girl, I love this effect. This is where her hair gets tied up in the propeller. right? And he keeps cranking the pull on the propeller. And then the finally, like, it just spins enough to rip her flesh off her face. Like, just skins her entire... It's just like... Phoom. You didn't like it?
I just hate thinking about it.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, this is fun. This is not real. People are being dragged off the shore. Like, there's, like, full of...
Oh, my God. There's one girl where it's like, let's carry her out of the water. And then she just splits in half.
Yeah.
Where I was like, was the piranha eating her from the inside and she split in half? What the heck just happened?
Well, they do eat you from the inside,
Oh, yeah,
as you'll see later.
Yeah.
And Ving Rhames is just shooting fish out that are flopping out of the
Adam
water.
Scott's like, I know how to use a shotgun. And
Yeah.
he's like just shooting in the water. And I was like, all right, that was a child. That was a child. That was a child. That was a fish. That was a child again. That was a dead body of a child. Like,
This is also, Ving Rhames is like shooting fish that are flying out of the water
Yeah.
and then realizes he's out of ammo and grabs a boat propeller off of a boat and just starts chopping away at fish that are all attacking him until finally
so he's getting shorter and shorter.
Because they're eating away at him, like, cause he's at like knee-high water, right?
Yeah.
And just chopping away at the fish, but he's only chopping away at the fish that are in front of him. Any piranha that are attacking him from the back or what is actually bringing him, like, just eating him down
And I
till
was like,
he's
go
nothing.
in circles, spin.
And that's
spin a little.
that's when that other deputy with the mustache that we've never been established is like, no, no, right? Meanwhile, Elisabeth Shue, who is in this whole trying to save people, gets a phone call from Jake because they have,
He's like, Mom, I'm so sorry, messed up.
yeah, so they have, flashback over to them. They have cleared the seaweed and immediately hit, like, shallow water and with the rocks and hit the broke the glass bottom boat, and water is starting to pour in, and Jerry O'Connell and one of the girls fell overboard and one girl got eaten, and that's where we're saying they eat you from inside too, because the fish, I guess, came up out of her esophagus and out of her
But
mouth.
the fish also are kind of picky eaters. They're like, we want bites, but not all of it. Like, majority of the bodies and limbs that you see, like, still have shit hanging off of it. Where
Yeah.
It's like, finish your food. God damn it.
And
Went through great lengths to put food on this table.
at
and you're
this
gonna
point,
not eat it all.
Jerry O'Connell also gets eaten, but not before they pull him out of the water, and he's just...
The fish took my penis. Jake, the fish took my penis. And then, of course, like, the only penis we see in this film after, like, countless hours of boobies and vaginas, it's, like, some cheap 3GI penis. And I'm like, ugh, at least leave it on a body for, like, 10 minutes. Like, I just want to see a penis on a body. All we've seen is upper dick.
Okay.
So mad.
We'll get there one day. Didn't we see a penis in Mother's Day? When she tells him to strip naked on the field? You got your penis.
Did we?
Yeah. In that flashback scene.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It must not have been a good one.
No, it wasn't. It was like
See?
all bush.
Oh, see?
There you go.
It was 70s, 80s bush.
Yeah. So, Jerry O'Connell's just lying on the deck like he's just bones, meaty bones.
Reusing the meaty bone legs.
Yep, from the waist down,
Yeah.
and then Jake and his brother and sister are at the top, and Kelly is at the bottom of, like, at the boat, and she is trapped between water and unusable skylight at the, like, top of the front of the boat.
And they're like, it's jammed, but there's also, like, welded bars going across
Yeah.
it. So it's like, what are you going to do if it's not jammed?
Yeah.
But
I
also,
don't-
it's glass, break it. How is everyone so
Also,
weak?
understand why welded bars would be on a boat, like,
Yeah.
in a skylight.
That is a
It's just-
unsafe situation. They were like, we got to make sure she really can't get out.
super can't get out.
Also, did you notice as Jake is going underneath, there's just a giant window to the side of him that you can definitely open up?
Yeah.
Where I was like, she's right there. What? How? All right.
So when Jake realizes he can't save Kelly, he calls his mom for assistance. His mom immediately is like, fuck everything else.
Adam Scott, let's go. They're dead enough here.
Right? And he's like, I'm going to help you. And it's like, do you guys really know each other? Are you friends? Like, I almost thought that those two were going to, like,
oh, I'm so glad
be
it
a
wasn't
forced
love interest.
relationship out of nowhere. Yeah. I thought it was going to be like something where it's going to be like, ever since your dad died or left, right? I was like, oh, we're going to go hard, right? But no, that doesn't happen. But what does happen at this point is that everybody's just dying. Ving Rhames is dead. That whole thing, like the whole spring break sequence, they said that they used 75,000 gallons of blood every single day on that. And I think it took 12 days to shoot that whole sequence.
And all the fish died in that lake. Just get some food coloring. It's not that hard.
And so next we're at our finale here, right? And the boat is still sinking. Elisabeth Shue and Adam Scott show up. No, I feel like it's just resting on the rocks.
We're just hanging out, like
right? Yeah. Like, I think you're good.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I think that was because they don't seem to be in much of a panic either. I think he's worried about Kelly only because Kelly will sink below the surface enough for the piranhas to get her. So Elisabeth Shue shows up.
Enough people have died.
They throw an anchor across the two boats and then stretch it tight with Adam Scott like on the throttle the whole time to keep it tight. And
who really picked and chose when to keep it tight?
Yeah, right. Because this whole end sequence is basically like playing the floor is lava.
Yeah.
And so Elisabeth Shue goes across the tightrope, and then one of the Girls Gone Wild girls, the one that seduced Jake to even get on the boat in the first place.
I just thought it was Eva Longoria.
Yeah, a little bit. Looks a little bit. She goes across first, followed by the two children, and then Elisabeth Shue. Jake's like, I'm not leaving until we save Kelly. And she's like, all right, I'll come back for you and we'll do it together. Right? And I'm like, I didn't know that you guys needed a moment to rebond either, but all right.
You already caught
I do feel like a lot of things in order to be a tight 90 minutes, like was cut.
Yeah.
In this, which is fine. Like, it doesn't really matter. This is for fun and guts, you know? But, so as the boat, as they're going across the boat, you were absolutely right. Adam Scott decides that, like, the throttle is not important when it comes to saving the stripper.
And even when it's like she's sagging it, when like the rope is sagging and she's like, fish are jumping at her, she's like, oh, it's biting me, it's biting me. He's like, that's bad.
Oh no. Right? So they pick her off the line. She falls off and she gets eaten. And then he decides to throttle it again. And then the kids go across and Elisabeth Shue goes across.
But like
and
the
then
rope breaks.
Yep, the rope breaks and Jake is stuck there.
That's tied to brakes.
And then basically he decides like, oh, I'm gonna throw Jerry O'Connell's body. He's like, wet t-shirt contest. Wet t-shirt contest. I was like, that's your final lines? That could have been funnier. That could have been, I don't know what that was.
Well, he had to get to the wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah, I know, but he could have been like, find my penis.
Yeah.
Please. Like, he's that concerned about his penis that he wants him to find something that's clearly not there. That would have been better.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, he throws Jerry O'Connell in. The piranha swarm for that, which gives him enough time to go under the boat, swim into the glass bottom part that's broken, grab Kelly, hook up a stick of dynamite.
Yeah.
Which I happen to have looked away. I don't know how he got the dynamite, and I didn't really care. A flare?
Yeah.
Okay. Tied to a cell phone? Because I saw when it was going down into the water, and I was like, I don't know how that applies.
It was tied to a walkie-talkie, I think, to weight it down in the water,
okay.
And then whenever it got up to the top of the water, because he turned on propane tanks, it would blow up.
Okay. But either way, and then he's like, at the count of 10, we're hooked to this rope, and just pull us, right? Just yank our arm out of the socket.
See, like the rope going through some rocks, where I was like over and through some rocks. Which I was
we're
like,
bloody and dead.
What? You're just gonna get ripped in half? What?
So they floor it, and everybody those two get pulled out by the rope just in time for that stick of dynamite or flare or whatever to explode and blow up every fish that was in that vicinity. But I'm also like, they just keep going with the boat, and I'm like, get them out of the water, like immediately. Like, what did you think? Like, because they're all like, "Yay, we did it!" And I'm like, you do know how a lake works, right?
Yeah, I was like, they're like, we just blew up all the piranhas, and I was like,
I mean, Elisabeth Shue does say like, that's a good start, right? Because she's on the phone with Christopher Lloyd, and he's like, no, you don't understand,
mature parts.
Yeah, you gotta come back with me, Back to the Future, right? Yeah, he gets on and is like, these piranha, the one that you gave me doesn't have any mature reproductive parts. And they're like, what's that mean? That means they're the babies! And you're like, oh, what? And then, like, a giant one comes out, snatches Adam Scott, and credits roll.
Yep.
Setting it up for a sequel that, like, I mean, even if we didn't see a final kill here, you're like, you've got a lot of shit to still take care of.
Yeah.
You know? Like, what do you imagine that the sequel is?
I literally was just about to look it up.
Okay. Because I'm going to say, before you look it up and read it off, I want to say that
it has nothing to do with the first one.
I want to say that it's another part of the lake. You know? Like, there's only one way that could go down, where it's like, same lake, right? Same lake and, like, spring break, maybe at the exact same time on another part of the lake, right?
No.
What?
Remember what I was like, why didn't they do that?
What? Do what?
This one got a worse score. So this one got 37 on IMDb and a 24 Metascore.
Okay.
After the events at Lake Victoria, the prehistoric school of bloodthirsty piranhas make their way into a newly opened water park.
No way.
Just get out of the water.
Right?
God, I can't wait to do this.
I can't. I can't deal with the wave pool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's got some...
That's fun, though. That sounds like a lot of fun.
David Hasselhoff. Christopher
Nice.
Lloyd's still in it.
Yeah.
Paul Scheer plays Andrew, which I'm wondering if that's the same person. Gary Busey?
Huh? Carrie Busey.
He's the same person
All right.
in this one, too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Paul Scheer plays Andrew in this.
And I guess he didn't die, but he was in the water or something?
Who? Ving Rhames?
No, Andrew.
Okay.
Paul Scheer.
Oh, Paul Scheer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What happened to Paul? Like,
He was like,
I'm gonna just put
I
a
was still on the boat.
What happened to Paul?
Yeah.
So that is Piranha 3D. I didn't see this in the theater. I remember seeing this a long time ago. I'm gonna give it a Jaws for my first Jaws, not Jaws 2, a Jaws.
It's still a Jaws 2 for me.
Yeah.
It's just, like you said, a lot was cut, and I think a lot of the cut stuff would have made it a little better. But also, like, get it up. Come on. Give us some peen. Give us some hairy mayonnaise.
I feel like they knew what they were going for.
Oh,
they
yeah.
never tried to be.
No, they hit the nail on the
know,
head perfectly.
and
but not my head.
And yeah, but I mean, I only picked this because like it did technically like bomb in like USA gross.
Yeah.
Right. This was a technicality of a film for us.
Yeah.
Like, and if anything, I just did it for the pure sheer fun of it. See what I did there? You know, just it's a B movie that knows it's a B movie. It was trying to be that way, and you know what? Sometimes that can be fun too, like Sharknado. Like maybe we should start doing that more. I wanted to see if we could do something like this. So there might be more coming like that.
Good.
Good.
Like sci-fi originals.
Yes, Sharknado versus Sharktopus.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just got distracted. I was like,
Whale
oh my
Wolf.
god, Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship. That's just a actual blockbuster bomb. So
I love it.
Yeah, Jaws for me. And would you recommend this though? Should people see this?
Yeah, it's a good hangover movie. We're on a hangover movie streak.
I think it's just absolutely pure fun. Watch it on Netflix as soon as you can. Like, if you're just a fan of just ridiculous, like tongue-in-cheek gore, have a blast with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that just about does it for us. But we happen to think that this movie's a bomb. But some people completely disagree.
So, before we get to these reviews, I found like two ones, but a lot of them actually were people that were like, "This is a great movie. Like, I understand why it's bad, but like, it's still pretty good." And it's like, yeah, it is.
Well, I actually forgot to tell you when that happens. Try to find the funniest 1-star. Somebody who thought they were like so absolutely clever with their like bad review.
Now you tell me,
like
8
us,
months into
you know?
the game,
I know, right? So. Like I said,
to tell you the rules when I gave you this position about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I just kind of make it up as I go. I'm like, that'll be fun. So, the first one for Gimme 5 comes from Jeroen Millen back in May 2012, so about 2 years after the movie came out, titled super shitty movie with sorry.
What did you say?
Super shitty movie with super sweet tits equals 10 stars, y'all. Okay, this movie sucks. Big time. Almost everything about it is too shitty to write about. The special effects look like they were produced with a bucket of puke. Acting was as good as another bucket of puke. And the story was lame as fuck. But why 10 stars, you ask? Because it had loads of the sweetest tits and ass you'll ever see. Smoking hot bodies all over the screen. You're gay if you didn't cream your pants 6 times while watching this movie.
That line.
No, wait. I have to say it again. You're gay if you didn't cream your pants 6 times while watching this movie, son. Watch this movie or GTFO, motherfuckers. Peace, yo.
Then he
10
continues
stars.
on like a second. He
Oh, wait.
hit enter after saying peace, yo, and kept going.
This is the same person, the next paragraph?
Yeah.
Okay.
He like finished
Continuing.
but then kept going.
Continuing.
And it's the start of it, he's trying to talk about Doc. He's trying to talk about Doc, but it's like, you, eh? Like,
He sound like his Back to the Future persona in this film, but come on. Would we want it any other way? And let's not forget Richard Dreyfuss reprising his Jaws role for the opening of the film. That, on the other hand, I was slightly disappointed with. They could have made the cameo a little bit more clever. See Zombieland to see what a perfect cameo is like. He and the 3D, it's hilariously awesome. I caught myself making push-away movement at the sight of a floating penis. It's one. What?
he like, I don't think he knew how to format.
I think this guy's, but also I caught myself making push-away movement at the sight of a floating penis. This guy's extremely homophobic.
But he doesn't know it. He's like, oh, penis! Like, what does he do when he pees?
Like,
Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
like extremely homophobic and like ultra hetero.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If you didn't cream your pants 6 times with this, you're gay.
But also, like, that's a problem if you creamed your pants 6 times during this one film.
Yeah, right?
Also, like not a super
beautiful
amount
women,
of, like,
but still, it's like, whatever. Like, who creams their pants so hard at the sight of just a breast?
14-year-olds?
Yeah.
13-year-olds?
Maybe, but no, I never even, like, was like, like, I'm like, there's a breast. That's a human breast.
Just one.
Yeah.
She was breastfeeding.
Yeah. That's just
There's
me
a
at the
breast.
park.
Yeah.
There's a breast. That's a human breast.
That is literally what goes through my mind every time I see a mother breastfeeding in public. I'm like, that is a boob. Don't look at the boob. Good for her. She's got to do what she's got to do.
Right? You do you, boo.
Yeah. Get that milk, baby.
So the final one, written by Mark J. House, on Valentine's Day of 2014.
He was busy.
Right? Yeah, right. I
Just needed to see
didn't
some
have a
boobs.
date.
Yeah.
Just titled Piranha. I watched the original from about 30 years ago, and I liked it, but this new remake of it adds one more thing. Lots of sex appeal. Shue never lets us down in that category. Do not think this is for intellectual people. It's not. Put your thinking cap away and just enjoy the carnage and all the hot girls.
I love it because out of all the women in this film, Shue is the one that is covered up the most. And
Yeah.
it's like the least, she's sexy, but like the least sexiest out of everything. It's like,
That was
you
written
picked
by-
Shue?
That was written by me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost written.
Yeah. So that just about does it for us here at Bombs Away with Piranha 3D. If you enjoyed this, please make sure that you rate, review, and subscribe. You can leave us a comment about this film, something you think we missed that we need to cover in the Shorties episode. That's all on our social networks at Bombs Away Show. You can also write us a personal email, contact@bombsawayshow.com. Don't forget to pick up those tickets for Mac and Me on November 30th. That will be at the Frida Cinema in Santa Ana, California. area. If you are interested in having us maybe come to your city, help us out. Send us some reviews. Share us on social media.
Send us some money.
Yeah. No, share us on social media. Get the word out. Get more people in your area interested in our show. And who knows what can happen. I'm always down for suggestions for movies and always down to go somewhere on vacation.
Yeah.
So, make sure that you write to us. I said contact. Yeah, but if you're in the Southern California area and you want to visit us on this next show, it's November 30th, Mac and me, and that's at thefridacinema.org/events/bombsaway live. Don't forget the pre-order. You get that free Happy Meal package. You got anything to plug?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Awesome. Me either, because I just plugged everything that I have to plug right here on the show.
Plug the hole in the bottom of Lake Victoria. There's some shit getting out. They're piranhas.
Well, that just about does it for me. I'm Jonathan.
I'm not Jonathan.
Okay.
I'm Jarrett.
Well, chew on this, motherfuckers.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?